Shaan, welcome to the store. It's great to have you here with us today.
Thank you.
Okay, let's begin. Um, I don't think a lot of people may not know about your brand. It's growing very fast. Freakins, you launched in 2018 as a women's wear only brand with a differentiation of denim.
Yes.
Right? So, but what is interesting is that you've made a lot of tech enhancements over the last 3 years, including in research, in launching fit stores, in home trials during the pandemic. Can you outline some of the major digital transformations that you've undertaken?
Right. So, first of all, we made everything in-house to do cost cutting, and for that reason, we have our own in-house tech team, which tech team is now getting commercialized to other private players in the market. Although this ERP system is basically a combination of Unicommerce and Shiprocket in the e-commerce industry, wherein we are taking all the decisions, whether it's accounting, whether it's warehousing, whether it's production, through that software. That software integrates with the production cycle.
Providing the right product at the right time, with the customers becoming increasingly demanding, right?
Right.
And that has to be data led, the personalization aspect of it.
For sure.
How are you going about all of that?
I don't. So data-led personalization is not personalization, right? Because that's not personal. You're going to take a decision for a public mass, right? That's not personalization. For us, personalization at one point says that today, if you see a fit of jeans and you want some rips around it, we'll do it for you. Like we'll do it specially, and that's a system that we are building right now as we talk. And by the next 3 months, it'll be in fruition where we are going to do personalization. So we have a huge community, like the recent launch of Freakins art. So these collaborations are happening in such a way that we are creating a freelancer gig model kind of thing, where we provide the product. There is an artist, there is a external person who's collaborating with us to deliver it to a specific customer. So if you say today you want a Captain America jeans with a pocket of Captain America's disc, we'll patch you up with directly an artist that is collaborating with us. So our product, their artwork delivered to you completely personalized. So that's a system that we're creating, right? D2C brand, the difference is D2C brands can be two types, right? There's a vertically set up D2C, which is something like ours, where manufacturing happens in-house. And there's a D2C where you have contract manufacturing. When you go for contract manufacturing, you need MOQs, right? But for us, the advantage is we do not need MOQs. We can do a 1 piece, we can do a 1,000 piece, we can do a 10,000 piece, right? So MOQs do not matter to us, is just for the reason we have our manufacturing in-house. And then we go for complete. So our structure is very collaborative. So even this tech platform you're seeing, the tech enhancements that we talked about or anything, is done on a collaborative structure where we actually say that, we're going to create smaller businesses out of these structures. Because after all, the person who's going to handle it needs to have a lot of attention into it. And once there is an owner to something, like the responsibility comes as an owner, you are going to put your 100%. That's what we believe in.
Right, right. So another challenge is, of course, retaining customers. Customers' loyalty is a big area that you need to address. And
Big area, a lot of brands who want to do the same thing. So you're competing
everybody
with.
wants, of course, customer loyalty. But now what's happened is with e-commerce and the convenience it offers, there are, of course, customers who prefer like a one-stop shop for everything, like an Amazon or Flipkart. So here, what really counts is product differentiation, right? You have a unique product and a unique CX that they can't get on a marketplace or any other destination. So, what do you think is defining your product and experience that allows you to build customer loyalty?
So I think loyalty also matters on what type of TG you're looking at, right? If you're looking at a TG which does not want to buy from Amazon, you're just safe because they could come to the brands directly, right? There are so many of like people who are like, you might also think at one point that Flipkart is a marketplace, right? But when you're buying from a brand, your psychology says, oh, you're buying from a brand, right? So that's the psychology that we're playing with for loyalty, right? We want to be at all marketplaces because that's the sales, that's the numbers you want to get, right? We are 80% on our own website today. All the sales come through our own website, but we are just 10% into marketplace or 20% maximum. But we say to retain the loyalty, we are offering way more perks than any other platform on the marketplace. Because then again, marketplaces become a not non-vertically set up D2C, right? So they have a lot of mediators involved. So at one point, all these brands are going to say, okay, Shopify is there, there's WooCommerce, who you can build up your platforms on at half the rate, and you get all the margins on yourself. Your GMV is increasing, your revenue is increasing. Then I think brands will start pulling out. Like today, any new brand that's coming into the scene, right? Especially in the urban area, you see all of them are not going to marketplaces because they cannot survive in marketplaces. They take a 36% cut, and that's just ruining their whole business model. The first goal of ours was to create a brand. You need to have your own shop. You cannot be part of a MBO store where there's a lot of brands, or else you'll be part, like the main store headline should be yours, right? If you talk in the retail strategy. Same as in online, small things help the customer loyalty. So sometimes we now are taking in birthdays and everything, and we are very much happy, just treat them with something or the other, right? But because smaller gifts are way more fruitful than the larger gifts. You know, like sometimes you feel that discount is everywhere, right? But on your birthday, if you get a special discount, your psychology says, okay, these guys are taking care of it. Something like that. So we do not want to change the system. We just want to tweak the system in such a way that it helps the customers to feel that it's personalized. So that's another personalization that we're talking about, not only on the product side, but also on the marketing side.
Right. Let's talk about customer acquisition. So social media is, of course, a key platform where brands such as yours acquire or at least get known to potential customers. But the fact also is that advertising and marketing on these platforms is getting much more expensive.
Right, for sure.
And if you want to build organic, non-paid reach, that's becoming quite difficult now.
So yeah, that's the benchmark that I follow to create a brand, right? So benchmark is the day you stop your ads or you stop your marketing, how much sales are you getting? That's where you create a brand, right? The first day we're getting zero. By 20, when we started saying that this is the main business, we started getting 30,000 sales. Today we can do without ads around 2.5 lakhs to 3 lakhs daily, right? Also, the numbers I'll talk is daily. I'm not going to talk in the monthly figures or like yearly figures, because daily figures are something that much more matters than the monthly figures. So 2.5 to 3 lakhs without ads. With ads, we go above and across around 8 lakhs, 7 lakhs. So that's the aim. So the more you do indirect marketing, you're getting this, right? And as you said that, you're giving in so much of Facebook ads and Google ads and all these digital marketing thing, that at one point, if they get banned, we are done. We are so much dependent on them. Any brand in India any brand in the world right now is dependent on Facebook and Instagram ads. So at that time, you want to just say that either I take this 40, 50 lakhs that I'm putting in ads and take it into indirect marketing, I'll just create a long-term thing. But right now, the game has changed, right? You want short-term goals way more than you want your long-term goals. So then it's very basic. So the customer acquisition becomes where customers also are saying that, I'm going to stick with your brand for 1 year. Or after that, I'm not going to wear it. I have other options. Then why are we also thinking long term? Because if you want to think long term, then you're going to make one person wear it for next 10 years, which is impossible. Right? Either you have to take that person's psyche and turn it around into something where they are just seeing Freakins, like they are in-house only.
Right, right.
Which is not realistically, it's not possible. You guys Freakins is a female brand, so you guys know for a fact that you want to have new brands, you want to try, you want to experiment with yourselves. There's always going to be someone who's going to experiment, right? There's someone who's going to disrupt you. It's a cycle. You see all the newer brands acquiring the older brands just for the reason that time they acquired some older brands. So that's how it works. Like it's a cycle. So we are okay with that cycle. We say customer acquisition is high, but we are going to look at our short-term goals. But the long-term goal is to create a brand that is sustainable in terms of organic sales and nothing else. Like we do not want to spend a dime on ads, and we want to still get sales. That's the thing.
Right. So one of the things that you need to be sure of when you're looking at a long-term vision is also to get the inventory model right. Yeah, and the inventory turns, and also the working capital turns that you're going to execute in building a brand like that. And on top of that is the digital infrastructure that needs to be aligned with all of this. your content, digital assets, everything need to be aligned, right? How are you doing that? I know that we talked about your tech enhancements, but how is that integrated into this singular view of not just the company, but also the customers and the inventory?
Right. So we work a lot on percentages like any other company. Now our percentages are so like not it's on the maximum level, right? So we know for a fact that it's going to decrease from there. We are not going to increase from there, and that's how we function, right? As of now. But when you say that you want to grow into something where how you're going to manage your inventory levels, your working capital, and everything, I think an online brand inventory, your working capital is only used in your ads rather than anything. It's in the ads, right? Inventory, you get funded once, you get what $1 million, you put it into inventory, like half of that, and the other half is just going to stay there on indirect marketing. And indirect marketing, no matter what you do, is just, I think being frugal is the way ahead, right? You don't want to spend crores on one influencer post because influencers are overrated. Like, this is what I feel. I'm just saying it out there that influencers are a little overrated in terms of what they bring. So you need to find out the deeper engagement or deeper connections you want with that influencer, right? I want the influencers to talk about me, boast about me, and like just not post about it. Just be there with us, right? So that's the reason if you see our collaborations have been on a very deeper engagement scales. We have never, I think, we have never ever asked the influencers to just to do a post about us, right? Because that becomes a demand. I don't want to be a demand. So that's where I stand in saying that, our costs, our inventory models are very much aligned in terms of formulas, wherein we say, we want a certain number to sell a certain number. So if you want to do a crore in sales, you will have to carry around 2.5 to 3 crores, because then and only you will have options, right? But everything in inventory does not mean you want quantity. You also want styles, right? You might do 24 pieces in one style and do around 2 lakh 40 crores, 2 lakh 40,000 pieces. So that's 1 lakh different styles. And that's better than just having 100 styles. Because if you're going to talk to 1.4 billion with 1.4 billion heads, who can, then some are split personalities. So you don't know what are they going to wear. So then you're going to double the number to give them the options right there. So then how are we going to do that? So that's how we want to do this. Like, we want to have a larger inventory in terms of styles rather than larger inventory in terms of like one stock 5,000 pieces or something like that. Because then a Zara can do the same. Then why are we doing something new? That's the
Okay.
concept.
So you're looking at more width of the merchandise in terms of options and differentiation
Yes.
rather than quantities, right?
Yes. So we want to treat you with more options. Like, you can have 10 options. Why not? Right? Why do you want to stick with one? Like, it's a very famous dialogue. I don't like why just Rajma Chawal, right? We can have so many food dishes. F&B is growing every day. There are chefs who are making so good, like different things every day. Then why can't fashion people do that? Why does fashion have to be in MOQs?
Sure, sure. Okay, let's talk a little bit about your supply chain and logistics, last mile orders, and also of course, it's all linked to inventory management. We already touched upon that. But the order processing, last mile dispatches, and returns, the reverse logistics are also a key area for you, right?
So this is all in the tech thing, right? When I told you that we did a lot of tech enhancements, this is a product that we've created and now we're commercializing it. We have created a product which will at in real time tell us what is getting returned, what is where, what is happening in the company. So many things that at one point a business, we can focus on another business expansion rather than just focusing on everyday routines, right?
Sure.
Because right now, if you see the fashion brands, they're too much about hiring people, right? They're hiring people like here and there, everywhere, right? But why do you need so many people? You just need one brain to just tell what to do and what not to do. That's the human efficiency, right? Taking decisions is the efficiency, not doing the manual labor job is the efficiency. So that's where we stand, that we want to automate everything, and our supply chain completely works on automation. So we have integrated with ShipRocket, Shipigo aggregators. We also work with traditional couriers, where we have taken the tech system, upgraded them to match our levels. So then now they're integrated as well. So, and our costing and everything is quite low in terms of e-commerce standards. So we're happy with that right now. But yeah, so everything is on tech. I think if we cannot, like, if a D2C brand cannot do a tech business out of it, then that D2C brand has a short-term vision, not a long-term vision. So that's how I say it.
So your turnover last year was about in the region of 12 crores. And I believe you're looking to touch about 20 in the current financial year.
Yes, 20 we're closing at, and that's what we are on track with. But we might close more. That's what we, because our winter months are the biggest, because our jackets are something that we, like, people thrive on it. So we might close larger. So if we close larger, then you guys are welcome.
What specifically, which areas, which categories, and which markets do you see the growth coming from?
So as for products, jackets are something that we are huge at. Jackets and our basic pants, like not even the ripped ones or something. The basic raw denim is where we stand. Like abhi the goal, like currently our goal was to be that fashion name in the country that anyone wants denim, come to Freakins. We'll have everything, whether it's a bralette, whether it's a pant, whether it's a jacket, we'll have it. But now the goal has become a little different, because of course you have to upgrade your goals. So that has happened, right? So, and our more jackets, jeans, other two categories. Our accessories are now picking up like big time. Like we're coming out. We're just talking to some Olympians to come out with a complete sportswear collection, which is sports travel wear, not like a leisure thing. Like we're not coming out with gym sharp kind of things. We're coming out with bags which are functional for everyday person who's playing sport. So things like this, like we want to be in the fashion category. We want to fashionize every aspect. We want to fashionize the restaurant as well. So that's where we say that we're going to hit 20 cr. We're going to hit 20 cr and more, maybe because of this collaborative structures. But product-wise, jackets is the key that is going to drive our sales. Then jeans is going to sell more. Then it's going to be, and as soon as February hits, we're going to go big on shorts. So these are the main categories. We have kuch bhi kar lo, there are typical types of products. So you cannot just move on. That's it.
Those are the basics. Yes. Right. Okay. So finally, from the time that we started speaking, I kind of sense a little bit of an unconventional approach to the business, and the usual standard rules of marketing, for example. You seem to be well dependent and, of course, respectful of technology, but you also want to be realistic about what it actually delivers in terms of
Right.
conversion for you, right?
Right.
So, if you could just sum up Freakins as a brand and its approach, I find it quite unconventional. How would you sum that up? So, if you could just now the network looks very good. So, if you could just begin with, I would sum up as frugal. Just basically say it again.
I
So,
would sum up Weekends as frugal, collaborative, and thinking global at the same time. We don't want to spend a dime, but we want to achieve everything. So that's how we stand at. So that's where Freakins is. That's what Freakins is, and that's how Freakins is going to be.
right. Thank you so much, Shaan Shah, for being on the store for a great discussion. All the
Thank you,
best, brand.